Howdy, y'all. I'm Adam, the Renaissance Nerd. I don't know if you guys know this, whether you're new to the channel or a veteran of the channel. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy. I've been playing them since the very beginning. I was there when Final Fantasy 1 came out and they titled it as Final Fantasy because they thought it was the last game that the company was going to produce when it was just good old Square Soft. But then it took off, and I've been there for the entire ride. Played just about every one of them. I've never played a handful that were never released during that period between the NES and the SNES when they were having localization issues, and they thought certain ones wouldn't be received well by the gaming population at the time. But I've played just about all of them, saved maybe two or three. Not, I'm talking mainline. We're talking mainline, and include Final Fantasy Tactics in that as well, and a few of the sequels here and there. But I am a Final Fantasy guy. I've always been it. I love everything about Final Fantasy. I love the stories. I love the characters. I love the epicness of it all. And granted, not all of them are great. I have my favorites, and I have ones that I dislike a lot. I'm not a pure fanboy. I don't love it all, but I do love the franchise, and I'm always excited when a new numbered installment is coming out. I have been looking forward to Final Fantasy 16 because I want a redemption from Final Fantasy 15, which to me was a giant dud in the end. It was marketed as something that it ended up not being. It was supposed to be epic, it was supposed to be grand, and in fact, it was very enclosed, it was very small, not very big, and it was boring. The story sucked, the character sucked. So I've been looking forward to 16, which they've been promised. And Yoshi P, the man behind 14, has been promising that 15 would be returned to the epic storytelling, return to more fantasy, less mix of science fiction in there. More fantasy, less sci-fi. I mean, we can leave that with FF7 remake. You get that's the original mix of science, fantasy, and science fiction. But I've been looking forward to 16. I've only been following it lightly. I've been waiting for major news, and yesterday we got a major trailer drop. Final Fantasy 16 Ambition trailer. I've watched it a couple of times now, and I have to say, I'm intrigued, a little bit impressed, and looking forward to this. Now, of course, I don't have a PS5 yet. Amazon, send me the goddamn invitation. I've been looking forward to this because I believe in Yoshi P. Yoshi P is the man that rescued 14 from its abominable 1.0 start, gave it the epic feeling, gave it the story, gave it the characters, gave it the love it needed, paid attention to what the fans said. And he's been in charge of 16 as well. And you get the feeling from this trailer that while it looks like it's going in a different direction in terms of combat, at least what we saw, we only saw snippets of combat gameplay in the trailer, which looks like that's kind of maybe a specific type of fight. It still looks like it's a return to the epic glory. Now, let's take a look at the trailer. We're not going to watch it because I don't know Square Enix's policy on claims, and we don't need to watch it anyway. We're just going to go through frames. I'm going to talk about the things that have me interested and have me ready for this if I get a PS5 in time. Okay. Right away, we have the classic character design that we've seen in the realistic FF games for the past, I would say, 10 years or so. And I'm okay with that. I like it. That way you know you're looking at an FF game. You know you're looking at it. We get it. This guy's probably one of our protagonists. It seems as though we're going to be it's going to be one of those multiple protagonist games because this trailer starts with a lady doing the voiceover, talking about all the different kingdoms. We get a bit of lore in this. We don't get a lot of character names, but we get a lot of characters who are going to be deeply involved because what this is, it seems, is they're going back to the summons well. Call it summoned beasts, call it eidolons, call it icons. They're calling them icons in this one. Call them from Final Fantasy VI. The what do they call them in FF6? Espers. They're going back to the summons well. Granted, summons are a big deal in everything. In 15, they were the gods of that world. In this one, it looks like they're nuclear weapons, for lack of a better term. kind of a Naruto type thing where people are being implanted with these powerful spirit beasts, these icons, and they become human weapons for their nations. It's got little bit of a Naruto theme to that, which I'm okay with. Hey, everything's been done before. It's going to be done again. You have to accept that. But we have guys like this. This might be our main protagonist who we're going to be behind, it seems, at least for a while. But then here's what jumps out at me. There's something I look forward to when I look at a game, especially if it's an RPG fantasy. There's something I really want to see, and it is this type of thing right here. I want to see. I have a vision. I have a dream when I'm playing an RPG in fantasy in the fantasy genre. I want to come over a hill, and I want to see this. I want to see that fantasy city. And in this trailer, they give me many shots of a fantasy city. This is what I dream about when I get into a fantasy RPG, especially a Final Fantasy. I want to see this. And right away, this is where they grabbed me. When I was watching this trailer, this is what I was grabbed because I'm getting the scenery and the setting that I want. Massive castle. Something that is clearly massively fantasy with a giant crystal behind it. Because the mother crystals, always, the crystals are so important in Final Fantasy. The mother crystals, we get a lot of them here. There's another one. Behind all these major cities we get a shot of are the mother crystals. There's another one right there. Big boom. You see this? Look at that. That's another. Let me play this for a second. Look at that. This is what I want to see. This is what stirs the nerd in me, the fanboy in me. A fantasy setting and something in front of something that can only be in a high fantasy world, and in this case, can only be a Final Fantasy world. A massive crystal, a castle, a city spread out, sprawling. I love it. This has got me excited because these are the settings I want to see. Granted, we've heard this is not an open world. It's instanced into its little areas, and you're going to be wandering around. But I'm okay with that. I don't need sandbox open world all the time. Frankly, you can get lost in that. Final Fantasy 15, you got lost in that stupid world you were running around in, doing stupid shit. But you got awesome stuff like that, and then you get, let's kick another look at the city. They're breaking it down into the different areas. Here's a desert city. Now, again, this is not as appealing to me, but it's still, I get it, and I'm still enjoying it. You get another one here, the Iron City. You only see really the crystal here, but it's laying out this is the theocracy, it looks like, of the world. Another one right here. Boom. Get this feeling. Get this setting. You're getting the overlay of all the characters. Now, I'm not going to show that because that's where a guy gets his head cut off, and we don't want to show that, but you get this kind of stuff. This is the birth of Ifrit. Just for a second, I'll play it. I'm going to mute it on my end so I don't bother me. There's Ifrit rising all. You get Ifrit. We know from watching this trailer that you see Phoenix. You saw Bahamut, at least in the name, in the combat HUD. But what you got is your summons. A classic look at it, not a humanoid one like in 15. I'm looking forward to this already. I really am. Because it looks like this is called Final Fantasy 16, the War of the Icons. That's what it's called, the War of the Icons. Something you love about Final Fantasy is the logo for the game is always expressive of what the game is. That's something I love about it. It's something I kind of copy in a little bit of a way of my own. I like doing that. I want a logo to have a representation of what the story means. And here is Phoenix and Ifrit going at it in a fight. And what you see throughout this trailer also, you see all these other. Here's another shot. Here's a character versus you. Garuda. Clearly, this person is imbued with the power of Garuda. Here she is, I think. This is a shot of her where she's summoned her. She's basically. See if I can find it. Well, what you get in this trailer here is you get a lot of people summoning their abilities and kind of manifesting the shapes of their icons or summoned creatures, we can call them, into themselves. I mean, right here, there she is right there. There's somebody that looks like a little bit of Shiva because it looks like there's ice coming out. There's ice shots coming out. You have somebody else summoning. That's Hugo versus you again, I guess. I don't know who Hugo is. Looks like somebody who's Titan. That looks like the power of Titan right there. Oh, look at that. There's Garuda. That's Benedicta. She's got the power of Garuda, it looks like. You see all these people getting summoned their abilities Titan. There it is, Titan. He actually becomes Titan. Just for a second, you got to watch the gameplay here. This is gameplay right there. Look at that. Look at that. That is gameplay. That's how you know they're ready to give you this game. You get a good look at it. They're showing you gameplay. There's Bahamut. We don't actually see it, but Ifrit versus Bahamut. It's got all the signs of Final Fantasy. Now, am I being swallowed by member berries? I don't know. But I am excited. I want to see this. You have one shot of everybody being overtaken by their abilities. So it's very Naruto. Like this guy right here, he looks like he's being filled by the power of Titan. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, you can't not say the graphics are not badass. One thing Square knows how to deliver is a pretty looking game. I'm into it. This is the chick, I think, who's Garuda right here, summoning her ability. I'm going in circles now, so we're going to bring this to an end. This looks promising. Granted, it looks like it's a break. They're not going back to traditional menu-based combat. It still looks like it's going to be live-action combat from right here, where you see you got the character. Oh, that's Titan again. But you're controlling a character inside a field of battle, single player. I'm hoping you have at least party members and stuff. Odin. Look at that. Odin. Let's watch for a second as Odin's going to swipe. Look at that shit, dude. Wow. I'm excited. This looks like it's fun. All right, so this looks like there is a party here, and you're going to be swapping between party members using the L2 button, because that's who you are now, and those are your other party members. So it looks like it will be party, kind of what 15 introduced, where the party members are going to be AI controlled on the field, and you can switch between it. You can do the same thing in Final Fantasy VII Remake. This looks like a lot of fun right now. I'm excited. If I can get my hands on a goddamn PS5 before it comes out, that would be really nice. I want Amazon to send me that invitation so that I can afford to get it that way. I can't get it if I find it in the store. I need the Amazon invitation. But this is good. This looks like a return to form of fantasy epic, not stooping in a lot of modern day stuff, a lot of cars, a lot of guns. This looks high octane fantasy, which is what, frankly, the franchise needed to do. It needed to get back to its roots. I want this. When I get it, hopefully on time, when it comes out, hopefully I'll be able to share it with you. I might play for the channel. I might do a private play and post it and then give a review. We don't know what the landscape will look like of stuff around then. We shall see. It'll be a game time decision, but I hope that you are as excited about this as I am. Tell me, are you excited? Let me know in the comments. Are you ready for this? Do you want this? Or are you done with Final Fantasy? Or did you never care in the first place? Me, I'm ready to get back into a high-octane, high fantasy setting where it looks like I'm going to have to be quick on my toes. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. It would be much appreciated. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny fifis. Hit the notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. As I said, I want to hear what you think about this. I want to hear what you think as real fans, real gamers. I don't care what stands and SJWs think, because 201, they are cowards behind keyboards, and I can't wait for them to be triggered by this or anything I produce. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therentnerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.